Good afternoon,
Good morning,
ladies,
everybody.
or good morning, thank you, ladies and Angel. Good to have you here today. So yesterday, we're working on these problems here, but we got into set 9, in which we are not given the drawings. And so, what my suggestion is for these is to create a drawing, and using our trigonometric ratios that we know that sine is what? Sine is what? Opposite over hypotenuse.
Oh my gosh,
And with that, I like to make a little drawing here of an opposite and a hypotenuse. And does it matter that the drawing is accurate?
No.
Really doesn't, right? So here's our 3 equals our opposite, and our 7 is our hypotenuse, and and here's our theta. So we need to find what this side is. What is this side here going to be?
Square root of 7 minus the square root of 3.
And it's going to be square root of 40.
Well, it's going to, yeah, because it's that c squared minus a squared equals b squared. Right. So c squared is 49 minus a squared is 9, equals b squared. So b squared is 40, square root of 40, and so our cosecant is equal to 7/3, and we can write that down without even doing anything else, right? And our cosine theta is equal to square root of 40 over what? 7? Is that right? And our secant theta is equal to 7 over square root of 40. Our tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent, so 3 over square root of 40. And our cotangent is equal to square root of 40 over 3. Is that all of them? How we get square root of 40? Yes. C squared minus a squared equals b squared. 49 minus 9, because 7 squared is 49. 3 squared is 9. And then the square root of that will be square root of 40. Does that make sense?
No. Let's put that right down. So you're doing a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So c squared is 7.
C equals
And
7.
then a squared is 3.
A equals 3.
So if a squared plus b squared equals c squared, then you have to minus it. So you're going to minus the 3 squared from this 7 squared. And that's when you get 40,
Yeah.
and then you put it in the square root. So that was one decimal.
Yeah, so you have 3 squared plus b squared equals 7 squared. And when you subtract out, b squared is going to be 7 squared minus 3 squared. And the square root of that is square root of 40.
Can I have another paper and a last one?
You lost your penny, okay. Well, I will tell you,
Don't write on my
I would give you a hard time about it, but I will tell you, you're not the first one today.
I think it's just these papers, they're hard to hold on to.
That is, I'm with you on that.
That's why I took cameras from you yesterday.
I told you to take it, so I didn't lose it.
Okay, I want to tell you something. I'm just going to do it on this one problem, but there's something called simplified radical form. And 40, we can write this, the square root of 40, we can rewrite this in what we call simplified radical form. What that is, that's going to be square root of 4 times 10. So we can rewrite this as 2 square root of 10. So 2 square root of 10 would be a simplified radical form of square root of 40. Does that make sense? Now, I'm not gonna nitpick over the rest of this because that's not really super important. The idea is to get the right ratios on this. So don't worry about that, but I'm just putting that in your mind that that's gonna be something. Because on a test, your correct answers will be in simplified radical form. Now I'm gonna choose victims.
Victim.
And I will tell you, we got through most of this in 5th period. So I expect that we should be able, in this class, to get through all of this today. So, who's the first person that's going to get picked?
Big me. Take my name off.
It's normally Carmen. It's normally Carmen.
It's normally Carmen, but it isn't Carmen today.
Wait, did you say you didn't want us to write
What's that?
You said you didn't want us to write the rest of the cosine and everything?
Yeah, I want you to write all, so you're given one trigonometric ratio.
Yeah.
I want you to write all of the other 5. Okay? Just don't need a simple, okay, Hannah, what you got? What do you, 10?
For the sine theta, I got 2 over 3, and then the CSC theta, I got 3 over 2.
Okay, and what she did is what I like to do first, get the one that's easier, right? Okay, go ahead.
And then the cosine theta, I got the square root of 5 over 2. And then the SEC theta, I got 3 over the square root of 5. And tangent theta, I got 2 over the square root of 5.
2 square root of 5.
And then for the COT theta, I got the square root of 5 over 2.
Yeah, she's good.
Did you make a drawing of this?
Yes, I did a drawing. And
Did it look something like this?
yeah.
Kind of something like this?
And then I put the little square in the
Square
right
here?
corner, and then in one of the corners I put the circle or the theta sign.
Theta, okay.
And so across from the theta, the opposite is x. But then I got the square root of 5.
So adjacent
Oh wait,
is,
I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, the opposite is 2, and then the hypotenuse is 3, and then the adjacent is x.
all right, yeah, looks good, right? Question on this? Not too difficult? Now, I think on number 11, you're given a different trigonometric ratio. Is that going to be a problem for anybody? It isn't, right? So I'll go ahead and choose somebody here in half a minute. It's like that's super ambitious. Yeah, one thing I was just looking on Hannah's paper, she drew triangles for all of them. Did you draw them anywhere close to accurate? You just drew them?
No, I just drew the same triangle. And
So they're just blank triangles. And so it's really not, I'm the type of person, I like to put something that's more or less geometrically representative. That's just the engineer in me, but you don't even need to do that. You just draw triangles and you'll be good. Okay, next. We have cosine theta equals 5/11. And we have Kinsey. It's Kinsey, all right, Kinsey, it's you. All right, Kinsey, you got it here. What do we got, Kinsey?
Say that SBC, the year thing. Yeah, that thing is gonna be 11.5.
Now Kinsey, you said the zero thing? Is that what this is, the zero thing?
The zero thing.
Call it theta, let's see if we got it here. Theta.
That's what I called it.
Did you? Okay, good.
I said the zero theta thing.
Oh, the zero thing. Theta, let's see if we have it written someplace here. Well, that's a theta. I'll write it down someplace. Yeah, okay, go ahead. I interrupted you.
Okay, so SIN data is going to be 146 over 11. And the CNC data is going to be 11 over 146. And then is 146 over 5.
So tangent theta.
And then the CFG is 5.46. Yeah, where did you get 146?
It's supposed to be
That's
the
what I'm
square root
asking.
of something.
That's why I'm question I don't understand.
What do you think?
It's supposed to be the square root of 96.
So here's your adjacent, right? Here's your hypotenuse. And then we have hypotenuse and adjacent, so we're going to have your adjacent, we need to find our opposite, right? Opposite is going to be equal to square root of hypotenuse squared minus adjacent squared. So that's going to be square root of, what do you say, 96? So what is some fixing needs to be done, right? What do these have to be? Well, all the form otherwise is right? So if we just replace these with square root of 96, we'll be good, right?
Yes.
Okay. Are we okay with this, Kinsey? We're okay on this?
Sure.
We're good? Let's go on here to number 12. You got, Kinsey, I'll give you credit. You got the form right anyway. All right. So now we got Kayla. All right, Kayla. You're the next.
What are we on? 15. 12. I'm gonna believe Emma because she seems the most trustworthy. I don't know if I should.
Since when?
Since you
Oh,
were
the
the one
board says
that
12. Oh, thank you.
I'm blind, I can't see.
Well, maybe she didn't say. So I can write it down.
You can't see the board from here
Caleb, I'll write it down.
Somewhat.
a little bit? Without contacts, I'd have to walk like 3 feet away from it to see it, to read it.
Did I ask? It really does it when you said when, that's the question. I actually hate them. She does not deserve a sticker. She's been so rude to me, Mr. G.
Carmen?
What?
Or Kinsey? Kinsey or Carmen?
Carmen just gave me a fist bump. Found it. Snail.
She did not do that question. Carmen did. She was really answer.
All right.
I did it wrong.
Kayla, you ready?
The one part I got wrong.
Possibly.
Possibly. She's possibly ready. Possibly. It sounds good. We'll go with it.
Okay. SEC theta is 8/5.
So that's the first one. That's the easy one. Okay, what's the next one?
Sine theta is the square root of 39/8.
And how'd you get square root of 39?
Did I forgot what the words are.
Pythagoras theorem.
Yep.
How about
8 squared minus 5
5
squared.
squared. It's 39. Okay, and square root of that. All right, good. Continue. Good job.
CSC theta is 8 over the square root of 39. Tan theta is just trying to put it together.
You got it, Kayla, I believe in you.
Emma, that just makes me want to hurt you.
It's a punishment, come
Yeah.
on. Punishment?
Tan theta is 5 over the square root of 39. Is that reversed? Reversed it. Yeah.
That's cosine, that's cotangent.
And so here we have tangent is your opposite. What I did, Kayla, is I just wrote these things right here. Remember what they are? And so the last one's just going to be the reciprocal of tangent, which is 5 over square root of 30. Did you make a drawing, Kayla, on this?
No.
A drawing could help straighten you out, but also labeling these ratios up here could just help you out on that too, okay?
That is right.
Right?
We don't have to-
But it's easy to mix these up. I had 5th period, I'll tell you what happened on one of these problems. We were finishing up the end of class, and the last one is that the person working out got the wrong thing, just kind of mixed up tangent, cotangent. Is that easy to do, mix up tangent, cotangent? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So,
We don't have one. We did the last one. We did? This is a tournament, but we haven't had that.
so that means we're gonna have to use a video from this class. Because the other ones had a mistake on it. Okay, good. Let's go to number 13. In number 13, our worker is going to be
Angel, I think I'm doing track.
Kaylee, Angels, Kaylee, or is it Angel?
Kayla.
Kaylee. All right.
Hey, did I get you that? Maybe.
106. So hypotenuse is square root of 106. So, and you got that by, you said it was that 9 squared plus 5 squared? Square root of that? Okay, good. All right.
Cotangent theta is 9. Sine theta is 5 over the square root of 106.
Okay,
What is the next one called? CSC?
yeah,
The cosine. There's secant
Yeah.
theta
yes,
is square root of 675. Cosine theta is 9 over square root of 6. Secant theta is square root of 6 over 9.
Oh, I gotta do something wrong here. That's right, and then secant theta, you said secant theta is just the reciprocal of that? Did everybody get that?
Yes.
And one thing I appreciate that Kaylee did on this one is, you see like the problems up till now were either sine or cosine, and this one was tangent. And what could you possibly have done wrong on this? Like what if you subtracted like the other ones and didn't okay, and I didn't add together? So that's a mistake that's easy to make. You know what I'm saying? You're working through a certain type of problem, oh, it's the same thing, and you don't pay attention. She was paying attention, good work.
We ain't even in that spot now for the
Oh yeah, we're not gonna pay off unless we do.
uses.
We're part of the.
Are we?
All right,
So we have to do uses and one to go past.
all right, let's go ahead, next one.
Because I think all three of us, or all three of us are.
This one here.
Because now, no, the rise.
All right,
Okay. COT theta is equal to 13.
cotangent equals 13/12, okay.
And then sine theta is 12 over the square root of 13. And then the secant theta is equal to the square root of 313 over 12.
Okay.
Cosine theta is 13 over the square root of 313. Secant theta is square root of 313 over 13. I mean, yeah.
Did you draw a picture of this too?
Yes.
So your picture looks something like this, oops, except it was a straighter line than that, I'm sure.
No, it actually wasn't.
It was- it wasn't. So something like this?
Exactly like that.
Exactly. So like that, and that,
Yes.
and that,
Yep.
and that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That'll work. Thank you. Got right here. $15. This will be Emma. Okay, Emma. Emma. All right, Emma.
I got the hypotenuse as the square root of 130.
Okay, let's back off on this. So you got, that's 11 squared plus 3 squared. Okay, all right, makes sense, go ahead.
And then I got tangent theta is 3/11.
3/11, okay.
And sine theta is 3/square root of 130. I don't know how to say it better. It's just yes, yeah. Is the square root of 130/3. And cosine theta is 11/square root of 130. Is that one is the square root of 130.
Okay, questions on that one? Pretty simple, right?
I'm pretty sure one.
And
Crap. They don't have any breadsticks for lunch? They're good.
all right. Karma. Hey, Karma. All right, Karma. Sine is 5/12. Okay, sine theta equals 5/12, okay. All right. I can go with that.
Oh, I messed up.
How easy is it to mess up these things? Real easy. You know, we're going through these problems pretty well today, so we have time. Yeah.
No, I didn't get it.
Oh, I knew they were that. That's why.
Why don't you have a real practice first and then watch film?
No, I'm fine with watching film first. It'd be smart to practice when I'm doing middle school.
Because if we practice first and then watch film, we can practice too instead of having regulation.
So we can practice here from now on and then we'll watch film.
Yeah, but he probably wants to practice for 2 hours straight.
We're all in practice. We're watching film till 3:30 and we're getting out film from the class. That's all an hour, 50 minutes.
Yeah, wouldn't we just, if we're going straight to his classroom and watching film till 3:30, it's gonna take us at least 15 minutes to get our clothes on to get to the middle school. So, plus that's gonna be in traffic when they get out of school. You're gonna have to wait in all that traffic to get to the school. So we're only gonna practice for like an hour to 45 minutes. That's why it's retarded to go.
Not even an hour. How much did you say?
An hour or 45 minutes. That's why I was
Okay,
saying-
Carmen, you have it figured out?
So you don't practice until 4. That gives us an hour exactly. mean, sometimes I actually do this for the train, but we're sorry, whatever we mess up on the phone, we can do a real upgrade. But you know, you already watched how long you just haven't talked to us, so just
I know y'all saw me on that point.
oh yeah.
Scariest thing in life. I was talking to Denver the whole time. She's like, I thought you were a post. I'm like, I don't know what I am. She goes,
Okay, class. Okay, what'd you say, Carmen? Cosine? Square root of 119 over 12. Okay. Secant equals 12 over square root of 119, right? 12 over, I got it. I'm messing up here. Like this? Is that better?
yes.
Okay. Then
Tangent is 5 over square root of 119.
square root of 119 and cotangent equals square root of 119 over 5. Did you make a drawing of it too? Yeah.
Probably good one.
Well, that happens because what happens is you got your 12 here, you got your 5 here, right? So here's your 12, here's your 5, here's your theta, here's your square root of 119. Okay, so that's it, right? Thank you, Carmen. So the next one here is going to be Angel, who's doing that. You have that worked out, Angel? Number 17.
Yeah, still doing it.
Still do it, yeah, so finish that up. Calendar, your calendar person.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a calendar story for you after I turn off the camera. Okay, what do you have, Angel?
Jason is square root of 448.
So adjacent equals square root of 448. Did anybody else get that for adjacent besides Angel? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Go ahead, Angel.
Sine is 9 over 23.
So sine theta
Yeah.
is 9/23, okay? And
Cosine theta.
cosine theta,
Square root of 448 over 9.
square root of 448 over 9. And then
SEC theta
secant,
is 9 over square root of 448.
okay? Tangent theta is equal to opposite over adjacent, which is
9 over square root of 448.
and then cotangent theta is equal to reciprocal, right? And what happened in fifth period?
Hey, shouldn't that be 23
The cosine one would be 23.
448?
Yeah. For cosine.
Oh, yeah,
So we
right.
did 9 on both of them, so that one's the 23.
Yeah.
So that's going to be 23 there. Is that right, Angel?
Yeah.
Okay, let's fix that. Okay, good catch. It's easy to make mistakes on these. Yeah, it's gonna be over hypotenuse, yeah. There's your hypotenuse, yeah, so 23. So now that's good, right? Okay, good. So just finish up 18, we'll be good with that, and appreciate the work today. And fixing the mistakes as we did them.